Hi, this is Joe once again with another edition of Mentorchat. And today with us we have Madhuri and Yash Jain with us who are into experiential learning and the founders of TATV Academy. They have created experiential learning experiences to hundreds of candidates, right from students to elders to adults across the population. And today we find out more about their journey and the future and the mission of TATV Academy. Welcome, Madhuri and Yash.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So, starting off with you as a mother, that's a very, something which everybody inspires to. Today, the community is faced with a lot of anxiety around parenting, right? There's a lot of different areas where, parents do not know how to overcome challenges that they face, right? Whether it is in the house, whether it is in social situations, whether it is in academics, right? So talk to me about your journey and your inspiration to Yash as a parent. How did you, think that, or you went out on the journey for him to become an entrepreneur?
So my journey has started when Yash born. That the moment I was carrying Yash first time, and I was like into another world.
Yes.
As a mother, my journey has started as a mother. And when he was just 2 years old, that time I realized like I was completely unaware about social media, email, WhatsApp, internet, how to ride a two-wheeler. I was completely unaware about it. I was simply a homemaker and I was just doing my daily routine. But as I sent him for a play school, I understood like somewhere I need to upgrade myself.
Okay.
So I started learning new things. I started to exploring new things, and slowly, steadily, for him, I started, becoming a better person. So I always used to say in my trainings, parenting is not about holding a child or whatever I will say you have to do. Parenting is all about developing your own self. So I started my journey as a mother to develop my own self, and slowly, steadily, I understood like Yash has something which I need to give a proper space so that he can grow well. So this is how my understanding went, and it took me to this level.
Okay. May I know from where is your native place? Where did Yash do his schooling?
My native is like I am Rajasthani Marwadi Jain, but my born and brought up everything is from Chennai. So even sorry, even his birth was in Chennai only. Like sorry.
He was born in Chennai.
Yes. So he was born in Chennai. So my everything, his schooling and everything, even my schooling, his schooling, everything is from Chennai.
From Chennai as well. So I understand, Rajasthani Marwadi is a very conservative
Yes.
sort of society, right? So it would have been very challenging for you to sort of inspire him and get him on this journey, especially when a lot of parents think, you have to go to school, you have to do this, you have to do that. Correct?
Yes.
So I understand that you are also an entrepreneur. So you started entrepreneurship maybe a little later in life. When did you become an entrepreneur?
Like as I said, when he was 2 years old, I started exploring new things.
Got it.
And when he was just 4 years old, one of my cousin introduced me to network marketing.
Got it.
So that I can, do some business. I was looking for some opportunity which I can do in my convenient time.
Correct.
Like whenever I get time from my household work or from Yash's work, I can, explore new things. So I got to know one company in network marketing. I started meeting new people. I started learning new things. They used to conduct trainings. In life, first time I traveled all alone in bus. Like from my home, it was like 15 kilometer away that office. So I need to travel by bus, weekly once or in.
Out of compulsion, you had to travel.
Yes.
Okay.
So first time in my life, I traveled all alone in bus that time to bring the products to deliver to the customers, and So that was a very small initiative I took in my life as an entrepreneur, and slowly, steadily, I created a big group, and then I explored new things from that also. So I did some chocolate bouquets and exposure box, and my interest was in art and craft also. So like from network marketing to art and craft, I 5 to 6 years I traveled this journey. And as you said, it was not an easy task for me, because going out of the home to do something, like, why, what you need.
No, that's the whole concept. What we see is that one is coming out of your comfort zone is not actually, they're not encouraged, right? Why do you want to do all this stuff? Everything is there in the family. We have all the money. You just need to ask us, we will provide. But that independence that you get from being completely self-sufficient is something else. It's an emotion, right? And the challenge is two-pronged. One is on the family side, support and all that. And the second is when you're into entrepreneurship, it's always a big risk because you have to succeed. There is no guarantee. There is always trial. There is always failure. Normally everybody fails multiple times before you become successful, right? So I think that's very inspiring. I think a lot, you will be an inspiration to a lot of families, right? Because today's generation, I believe, needs this sort of support, right? But coming to Yash, in context of what your mother was talking, so talk to me about your journey, like from your school time to where you are today.
So I, completed my fourth standard in physical schooling, and then I started homeschooling from fifth standard. So that was COVID time, 2020. Basically, fifth and sixth was forced to homeschool, but then from sixth it was my and my mom's choice to continue homeschooling. And my entrepreneurship journey majorly started in when I was 7 years old, all because of my mom, because she used to take me to the trainings of her network marketing company, and that gave me an idea of how people speak, right? So obviously communication is very important. Whatever thing I want to pursue in my life, communication is mandatory in every part of my life. So from there I started learning communication and stuff. And when I was 9 years old, she enrolled me in an experiential training workshop. It was a 5+2 7-day workshop, and that changed my life completely. And then, as a topping, COVID came. A lot of people, suffered in COVID, but thanks to God, I was not one of them. I grew because of COVID.
You flourished during COVID.
Yes, it gave me an opportunity, it gave us an opportunity to see and experience what we haven't until now.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. So that was the starting
Start
point.
of your journey. You mentioned you started at 7 years old. Wow. How old are you now?
I'm 14.
You're 14 currently. Awesome. You mentioned experiential workshops, right? How is it different from activities in schools, like extra? In schools also you have a lot of extracurricular activities, right? How does that differ?
So in schools, extracurricular activity often is focused on like singing, speaking, dancing, stuff like that. So those are majorly skills. But when it comes to experiential training, what we do and what I learned, that was your inner personality, your inner self, right? Gratitude, how you behave with people, your belief system, your self-esteem, all of that stuff is what we learned and what we teach in experiential training.
Got it. So that's a very interesting concept because a lot of ambiguity today, anxiety today, regarding all the value systems, right? Especially in communities, the values are the foundation of how you become an asset. The value of having gratitude, the value of, of contributing back, right? The value of independence, the value of, relationships, right? All this seems to have changed after COVID, right? And people are finding it very difficult socially to get all this back. initially, for us, we had a whole set of friends who we could depend on. When we have a problem with our parents, we could go to our friends because they were our age group. They understand what we are saying. Maybe you won't find a solution, but at least there is somebody you can talk to, right? Today, that is very difficult because everything is virtual. Everything is photoshopped. So nobody looks like they have a problem, but everybody's got a problem, right? Anything that is negative, whether it is substance abuse, whether it is drugs, whether it is suicide or self-esteem, confidence, everything is at a low, right? You just have to look at every day's paper to find out what is happening, right? A lot of it is, I think, stemming from the aspect of not being confident either about yourselves or about coming to a situation where you don't see any hope going forward, right? In that aspect, right, for people, or let's say you're now 14 years, you started at 7, right? Maybe you would have found solutions where you become more, survival minded, you are more realistic, right? Today I believe that you are also self-sufficient, you earn your own income, you don't have to wait for a job or you're an entrepreneur, so you create your own revenue models. You know to collaborate, you know to network, right? Talk to me about that.
So again, as I said, it is a process which started in COVID, and many people, think that entrepreneurship or any kind of skill is easy to learn. It's definitely very easy to learn, but if you want to master it, if you want to go ahead in it, it takes a lot of, initiative, and it takes a lot of hard work plus smart work. So I remember in my training days, especially 2020, the second lockdown in 2020, I was at my mentor's place, and I remember we used to work the entire day. Whether it's learning, whether it's working, whatever it is, we used to do it entire day, right? We sleep by 10, 11 in the night. We wake up at 5, we do our exercise, we prepare breakfast. A lot of times I've did, and
You prepared breakfast yourself?
Yes, for myself.
As well as for their family, yes. Whoever. Awesome.
So we used to do that, and then we, start working. And at that time, no child was focused on studying. Just like everybody else, we were not focused on study, like class attend karo and all of that stuff. So immediately get on to something, learning something new, creating something new, or whatever work has been given to us by our mentors. Get started. We used to get lunch and dinner breaks of just 15 to 20 minutes. I remember one time I just got 5 minutes because I did something wrong.
Who decides how many minutes you get?
My coach.
He tells you get only 4 minutes?
Yes, he starts the timer. You have 5 minutes, complete your lunch, get back to work.
And what's consequence if you're late?
I actually don't remember because I never...
How old were you at this time?
10.
10 years.
Yes.
May I know the name of your coach?
Dr. Sachin Sharma. He's from Chennai. So he's known as Sachin Coach.
Okay.
So...
How long has he been into coaching?
He's been in coaching field from the past 7 years.
7 years.
Before that he was...
7 years as of today?
Yes. So before that he was an employee, and he was at very good position in multiple companies. Okay. But then he realized that, this is something which the market needs, and thankfully he came to this industry. And till today...
How did you discover him?
So my mom in 2017, she came across a smart girl training from our community. So the coach came over there, and then she joined his group.
I would love to answer that.
Okay.
When he was just, yeah.
So then smart girl training happened. She joined his group, and he was like, we have a free parenting workshop for kids 9 years and above. So my mom waited for 2 years. When I completed 9, I completed in September 2019. She took me to the session in October 2019. So it was a free session, and for the first time in life, she traveled 16 kilometers all in scooter. So it was a first experience for her as well. So from now she will, I would like her to answer.
Yes, coming to you. He mentioned Smart Girl Workshop.
Yeah, so...
Give me a context about it. Why did you join that? How did you come to know about it?
Yeah, so it is from Bharatiya Jain Sangatana. There is a concept called Smart Girl Training. So they are going every school and they are teaching girls what is their own power.
Okay.
So feminism is something different than empowering a girl. So they are into empowering a girl. So
This is
I
basically from the Jain
from the
community.
Jain community. So I went there as a trainer because in my when before my marriage I used to teach in my community spirituality like my shlokas and all. So I was into that particular thing for 5 to 6 years. So people know me as a teacher. So they called me to become a trainer in Bharatiya Jain Sangatana. So I went there. I took a 3 days of training from those trainers, and I'm a certified smart girl training now. From there, they added me in a group, and from every day, whenever the summer vacations are coming or winter vacations are coming, the messages coming from Sachin coach like free parenting session, and from 2 years I was waiting like when he will turn 9 and when I will attend. My curiosity was going ahead, and the moment I realized I can join now, I didn't thought about like how I will travel. As I said, when he was 2 years old, I don't know how to ride a two-wheeler, and when he was 9 years old, it was not easy for me to go for 16 kilometer and that too on highway. So, but no, if I want to do something for my child, then I need to go out of my comfort zone. So I took that decision. The training was started by 7 o'clock, and the journey was just a half an hour. But I started 2 hours before because I was afraid of driving. But still, slowly, 30 kilometer per hour, 35 kilometer per hour. I'm riding in side, and anyhow I went there. So that took a lot of courage. But once I went there, my life has changed completely. Yes, and even thanks to Sachin coach for one more thing, he offered me train the trainer program. So before he went for all those training sessions and everything, before that he trained me. As a parents, you need to understand what is psychology, what is belief system. So he trained me for 3 days.
That's very inspiring. One quick question which comes to my mind is you mentioned he asked you to train from 9 years, right? Right. A lot of people today tell that you don't have to look at all this. You need to do all this only after school, after when you're in your 10th standard or 12th standard. Why were you waiting, as soon as possible to train him? What is the change that made?
अब दुनिया में कितने भी बड़े लोगों को ले लो, they have started early. Sachin coach, Sania Mirza, और not only in sports.
All the greats, everybody started.
Everybody, आप इस दुनिया के कोई भी successful person को ले लो, they have started early.
Correct.
So
the earlier the better is always, that is one message we have to send to all parents, don't wait. Try and train. I think at the early age they are able to learn also better.
I will always say one thing, बड़ा होके क्यों कुछ बनना है, वो आज कुछ क्यों नहीं बन सकते? Why they can't become now? Why they can't do now anything? Why they have to wait? हम हमेशा ये पूछते हैं, बच्चा बड़ा होके क्या बनना है?
True.
So I question that question.
We also, have the seed to fruit sort of concept because the fruit is already in the seed. You cannot change the tree. You cannot change the fruit, right? So the earlier you identify the fruit, the better the fruit or better the outcome, right?
My mom tells, my mom tells this every time that जब तक घड़ा बन रहा है, जब तक कच्ची मिट्टी का घड़ा है, तब तक आप उसको जो शेप देना चाहो दे सकते हो. Once the pot is made, you cannot change that. If you try to change it, it's gonna break.
True.
So that's the simple concept. Train earlier, get better results.
In circus or in anywhere, if they are getting some animals, they are getting like newborn babies, so that they can train however they want.
Correct. True.
Once the lion is became actual lion, they cannot train.
Absolutely correct. Agreed. Talk to me about So let's say you are addressing students 7 years old, or till now you're 14, whatever, right? Why should they do this experiential? You would advise this to all the students, right? Anybody, right? What are the different learnings you will get from this experiential learning?
So, one of my mentors, they always tell that there is a big difference today between the college world and the campus world. Why? Because the college world, the corporate worlds want one person to do the work of five. The college world is teaching five people to do the job of one. Now, if you wanna break this thing and if you wanna go ahead in life, because compared to 19th and 20th century, in 21st century, the competition is very high. And today, the competition is high, but you cannot just keep on competing. To compete, you have to do two things. Number one, you have to master that thing. So the earlier you start, the more time you get. It's just like investing. Warren Buffett always say that I was late. He started investing at 13, but still he says I'm late. Why? Because the earlier you start, the more time you get to
The more compounding effect you get.
yes, and the more time you get for trial and error. Once you have graduated or once you have completed your 12th, you have very less time because you have to prove yourself, right? You have very less time to start earning and manage yourself. But when you start early, you have a lot of time. You have back support. For me, my
No
mom was there.
expectations from anyone.
Yes. So I was allowed to do all kind of trial and errors. I have did a lot of different things. I have failed at different things. That happened because I started early. So that's the whole point, that if you start early, if you start, the more you fail, the more chances of success
Absolutely.
increases.
Completely agree. I think this is one of the major points that we have to, because the learning from failures is something people don't know today, right? They don't teach that, right? You should be happy to fail because the next step is success, and it doesn't scare you at all, right? You actually look forward to failures to do something more, right? I think that's a very good point, right? What about the value systems?
Value systems, again, when you start early, you get the trainers, the coaches, like for me, my mom and Sachin coach, they planted the values in me from when I was 9. So at that point, whatever I learned, and as I mentioned, I learned it through experiential training. Why experiential training is important? If I see something, I will, I may remember it, may not remember it. If I read something or if I listen something, I may remember it, I may not remember it. But if I have an experience of something, if I actually did something, there is 99.99% chances that you will remember it for your life. For example, cycling. You must have done cycling in your life.
Absolutely.
You must have done,
100%.
I have done. Now, let's say you learned cycling today and for 20 years you don't even touch a cycle. After 20 years, you get your cycle back, one pedal, two pedal, and you will start cycling. Why? Because you have experienced it.
It's built into your subconscious.
Yes. So for me, the benefit was when I was 9 and when she enrolled me in the workshop, I was talking about when I was 9 in October 2019, that was an experiential training workshop. So whatever games I played over there, till today, I have that values in me. So they taught me how to behave with people. We did one activity of gifting gratitude cards to different helpers, servants, maids, police, traffic police, etc. They do so much for our society. And when I personally did that activity, I saw a smile on their face. Until today I cannot forget that moment, because they were like, people don't think about us. There are I live in a society where there are 1,000 families. But when I went over there, they said, इतने सारे लोग हैं, किसी ने हमारे बारे में नहीं सोचा. That was their happiness. I learned it at that time, and till today, I have that thing in my mind that if I'm, going somewhere, if I'm passing some, in my society or something, and if I see a security guard, I'll say hi. Or, the milkman, I'll say, kaise ho bhaiya? All of that. How did that happen? Subconscious programming.
True.
In that program, when I was 9 years old, till today.
Becomes part of your life, becomes part of your personality, character.
Yes.
I'm sure you should be very proud of that.
100%.
100%.
Because the moment I saw like one helper was there, and when he gifted, like एक तो इतना छोटा बच्चा, he was just 10 years old, like 9 years old. So एक तो इतना छोटा बच्चा, and he's giving card, वो भी अपने हाथों से बनाया हुआ, and the smile on their face was extraordinary. Even until now I cannot forget that.
True. I'm sure you must be very popular among among all your residents over there, all the community, right? No, I think that is big. That differentiates a person, right? Today's world, differentiation is very essential. So I think everybody will remember Yash. Once they meet him, they remember. Even for the event yesterday when we took part, he's become very prominent just between like 100 people. So that's how it is. Okay. So Madhuri and Yash, it was fantastic to know about the journey so far. So today let's come to present, right? I would like to know what was the inspiration behind, forming Tats Academy, right? We can start with you.
Okay, so as I mentioned, 2020 I was undergoing my training, and I learned communication under him. I marketed his
All these
programs.
different experiential workshops, you marketed his program.
Yes. So when COVID started, I marketed his program. Then I went to his training, and then after that, I started following Dr. Vivek Bindra, the business coach. I learned a lot of business tactics from him, and that's when I realized that business is my forte. As being coming from a Marwadi community, and after I learned these things, I realized that I have to do business. This is what I have to do. And because my mom's forte is kids, right, training kids, and this was a need of the day, so we decided that we will start with kids training. And
Kids as in what age group?
5 years to 15 years. So we needed, my journey was continuing, and the boost part which I got was during the end of 2020, when I got awarded 3 times. November 2020, I got awarded as the business consultant, youngest business consultant of India. December 2020, I completed my Train the Trainer curriculum from King's University, USA. So after that, I was certified as the youngest internationally certified experiential trainer. So as I've been mentioning, experiential training. And in January 2021, I was awarded as the youngest life coach.
Awesome.
Of India. So that's when we got we earned the right that okay, now I can train kids. Till date, I learned a lot of things, but now I was certified, and my mom was certified in 2020 with my training. So that's when we started planning. So all the market research and everything. And in between, what my mom did was one very important part of my life. She sent me to different Jain monks. How that helped me was early success can sometimes be a problem. If a child or if a person is not ready to handle the failure and handle the success, they cannot go ahead. And the fact that my mom knew this.
It can be destructive also if you don't know how to handle success.
If the success not only success, if the failure or success gets in your mind, then that's not something which is going to help you. So I was cut off from the entire professional part. In 2021, I went to different monks, mid 2021, at the end of 2021, and I learned a lot of things about how our mind works, how this entire world happens. General knowledge bhi aap bol sakte hain. And art of living, right? As I say, Jainism is all about art of living. So I learned art of living over there, how to live your life in such a way that you can be happy. Because as being a business consultant, I have understood one thing, that in business or in life, you're going to get ups and downs. It's just like the heart race, right? So you're going to get ups and downs. But if you cannot handle that, if you cannot be at peace, then it's pretty difficult to be an entrepreneur. And that's what I feel. So at that point, I learned that. And I believe that was one of my best decisions of my mom to send me over there, and I learned a lot of things. And when I came back, then we did a lot of market research. And in May 2022, we launched our academy named as Tattva Academy.
Okay, one quick point, just going back on what you said. So you said you went and learned under different Jain monks. A lot of people don't know much about the Jain community. We know that they are very grounded, very simple living. They encourage that, and very holistic in terms of being a positive influence on community. This is all normally everyone. At least I know only so much, right? So can you tell me different points that you learned, like What sort of...
So one major thing is surviving on minimalism. As Jain monks don't use AC, electricity, beds, they don't use gadgets, they don't use cars, bus, trains, etc. So wherever they go by walk without wearing
Wherever they
slippers.
go.
Wherever they go.
Across India also?
Yes, across India.
Without
even
slippers?
Yes.
without slippers. And even they travel till 20 kilometers per day by walk. And because I was with them, I also traveled with them.
You've traveled 20 kilometers a day by walk?
My maximum continuous was 9 kilometers a day. Right? So
How old were you when you were with them?
that time I was 11. Yes, 11. I was 11. So 9 kilometers non-stop walking in Gujarat. I had this experience.
Heat. What's the climate
Evening
like?
time.
Evening time.
We travel in morning as well, but 9 kilometers part was evening. So it was night till the time we reached over there. So that's one thing. Second is they don't have a specific place. They decide where they are going, but you have to sleep on नीचे कुछ भी बिछा के सोना पड़ता है. You don't get that fancy beds or something. If they are staying somewhere for 4 months, there are chances you can get, but you have to be prepared. You have to be ready. Whatever comes, you have to. Whatever you get, you have to eat. Whatever you get, you have to sleep on
There's a lot
that.
of dietary restriction, no?
Yes, but being Jain monks, they get the facilities, and at least we get that facilities because of them. That's their aura, I personally believe. So we get that facilities. But yeah, it's not like home. As being a Marwadi, we are not, habitual of eating meetha khana. But when we go in Gujarat, there are a lot of places they eat a lot of meetha. I'm not saying everybody eats, but they eat a lot of sweet food, whether it's dal, whether it's sabji. I was not used to it. And when we go there, we have to eat that. Or else if you have to survive, you have to eat. So that's what I learned, and different scriptures, as you can see, NLP or psychology. I used to read and read when I was with them. So all of these things I learned.
You've been reading from which age? Like reading was...
Properly, if I say, I have started reading from 11 years.
11.
When I started going there.
So basically picked up that habit from there.
Yes. Spiritual articles, spiritual book.
Here some one or two problems we can solve, like parents are saying बच्चे खाते नहीं हैं क्योंकि उन्होंने उनको बहुत easily चीज़ें provide कर ली हैं. तो when they struggle for having food and वो भी उनके convenience का नहीं मिलेगा तो उनको वो value हो जाती है. वो first thing. Second thing is dependency. Here 0% dependency on the materialistic thing. आपकी happiness should not depend on material. So that two major things he learned from that particular journey.
And whatever I learned from the books, the scriptures, I was prepared from mentally that kuch bhi ho jaye, don't take it in your head. So that was one thing, and I believe अभी तो बहुत कुछ करना बाकी है, so बहुत सारी चीज़ें भी आएगी. A lot of things are gonna come ahead of me. So I have learned from there कि be prepared and be minimalistic.
One more thing, before giving mobile phone in his hand, I thought this journey is very very important for him because mobile phone को चलाना भी एक art है.
True.
If he don't understand or don't realize, because I cannot monitor him all the time 24/7. I have no idea what he is doing in the mobile phone. So before giving the mobile phone, I sent him to this journey. So this is one of the areas. One of the area. So definitely.
So how to be responsible, how to, yes.
My mom uses
Everything is a tool. Everything is a tool, can be used for good or bad, right?
My mom uses this sentence very frequently. The more you are responsible, the more you get freedom.
Awesome.
Yes.
Nice.
So you be responsible, you will get freedom.
Yes.
Today I have that freedom
It is also true.
Today I have that freedom that I can travel anywhere across India solo.
Wow.
I have did and I have that freedom.
Which areas have you gone solo?
Solo, I have been to Delhi, I have been to Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra, Telangana.
So these are all journeys of discovery, journeys of expanding your mindset? What is it about?
So it is mixed. Like when I used to go to Jain monks, I used to travel solo. Then being an entrepreneur, and specifically being working with a child, you need to meet different trainers. And as I said, 21st century is not only about competition; it's about collaboration. You need to collaborate. You need to do networking. Right, May 2022, one major thing which helped us launch our Tattva Academy was networking. My mom joined a networking platform, and that's when we realized that networking is very important in business. So when I went to Delhi, I met a lot of people. I met industry experts, and practical experiences teaches you more than what your school teaches.
Yeah, true.
So all of that, and again, now we have to travel all across India for trainings. So it's not always important that okay, me and my mom will travel together. Sometimes I'll have to travel alone, sometimes she travels alone. So it's all about the part of entrepreneurship journey, and being homeschooled gets a big benefit because I can travel anytime, anywhere. So that is a plus point I get.
For that, right?
Yes.
So we'll come back to homeschool in a bit. I want to talk to you from the safety aspect. A lot of children, parents don't even allow to go outside the flat or whatever. How do you manage your safety aspect? What did you learn early? Let's say talking to strangers, maintaining yourself, making sure that this person is good, this person is bad. How did you learn?
One thing I will tell about this thing, Dr. Sachin Koch always used to tell, ask and you will get. Ask and you will get. People are so helpful. एक्चुअली ये बहुत बड़ा मिथ है कि बाहर जाएंगे बहुत डेंजर है. बच्चों के दिमाग में डेंजर भर दिया है, पेरेंट्स के खुद के दिमाग में भी डेंजर है एंड बच्चों के दिमाग में भी वो डेंजर ही भर रहा है कि स्ट्रेंजर्स आर वेरी बैड.
Even community is doing the whole thing.
Yeah, in fact, strangers are very good. And what I experienced, because even I am traveling solo nowadays, and people are so helpful. Like before 10 days, I went to the Pune and I had a RAC. And one couple, they had a child like an 8-year, 9-year kid. So the mother said, my daughter will sleep with me, you take my birth. So strangers are helpful.
Exactly.
So actually, that's what we have to get back into, people and families.
There is one saying that for every 1 million good things happen, one bad thing happened. But what happens is, I would not like to point anything out, but what happens is that one bad thing gets more of highlight. The world is very good. The strangers are very good. Until and unless you know the boundaries, you are very safe. Right? So for example, you should know that okay, अगर कोई कहीं जा रहा है, shortcut ले रहा है, all of that, and you know that there is this danger, stop it over there. And one thing which has helped me in solo traveling is midbrain activation, what we currently do in Tattva Academy as a major aspect. Midbrain activation is basically activating our sixth sense, our third eye. So what happens is you get intuition. So now when I'm traveling, I landed in Delhi. For example, I use this commonly. I don't know a single thing about Delhi, right? I just went one time, me and my mom, we both landed. Somebody came to pick us up. We sat in the car. हमने पूरा जो टूर करना था किया, उन्होंने हमको कार से वापस ड्रॉप किया, हमने फ्लाइट पकड़ी घर पे. But this time, this is 2023 December. When I landed in Delhi, I had zero idea about it. I had to go to a school directly for a training, and the person on the same day, immediately after landing, directly by taking a metro, I had to go somewhere. And to reach there on time, I had to take metro. There was no option of taxi, because I take taxi, I'll get late. And the person, who introduced me to Delhi, and the person जिनके भरोसे मैं वहाँ पे गया था, जिनके साथ मैं घूमने वाला था, he didn't have much idea about the airport, metro and all that stuff. So I am here, landed in Delhi, बाहर गया, मेरे सामने 10 लोग हैं, my intuition tells me किसको पूछना है. My intuition tells me, and I ask that person to support me. I created metro card. They told me, okay, यहाँ से इस platform पे जा. When I went there, they say, okay, यहाँ जाना है, यहाँ उतर के you will have to change the metro. When I landed for my first stop, they say, okay, now go from here. Instructions are written, but you also have people supporting you. So my entire message from this, all my solo traveling trips were, people are helpful. I've traveled in flights, I've traveled in 3AC, I've traveled in sleeper class as well. I've traveled solo in bus as well. So people are very helpful. People are, until and unless you know the boundaries, people are very helpful.
Yeah, you can keep your safety measures like give your
Yes.
locations to your parents.
It
They
gives you
can.
so much freedom and independence,
Yeah.
if you're able to do that.
My GPS, wherever I go, 8 hours का location my mom every time has.
Yeah.
अभी अगर मैं कहीं पास में ही जा रहा हूँ तो नहीं होता है, because
And
now it has
if we
been
book
that.
a cab or taxi, like we don't take any random auto or taxi. And whenever he travels, he used to book a ride by Ola, Uber, or some platform. So I will always have his location. So I send him all alone, but with the safety measures.
Safety measures.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, coming back to TATV Academy, right? I want to know a little more about the thought process which went behind it. What was the solution you were looking to provide, or how did that complete work?
So as I said, I used to do some art and craft thing and network marketing and all. But the journey started when he was 7 years old. So I understood and I realized like children are, they need this kind of parenting. There is a gap in between the outcome of the child and the thought process of the parents. Like they will go with the flow, like 14 years they will go for the schooling and then college, and they will struggle a lot to find out what is their forte. So what I did with Yash, I understood like this is the thing which is lacking in the market.
Yes.
So I came with the idea of Tatva Academy to start with, work with children's, and then to go with parents.
Yes.
So this is how.
So basically, from an understanding of helping parents to become, for better outcomes, right? And through your experiences, you are able to translate that with your background as a trainer and learning. This experiential learning can be translated to better parenting. 100%. This is the mission? Yes. Awesome. So talk to me about what services does TAT offer now, right? And also the journey about TAT. So you've co-founded it because at that point of time he already got his recognition, certified trainer, all that. So as you as a co-founder, talk to me about your thinking on that aspect.
So, when we started Tattva Academy, we are like, we will start off with life coaching. That's what changed, my life. But then, running a business, it's never the first product is the last product. It's always continuously understanding the market and improving. So currently, as Tattva Academy, we offer different kind of services. Major focus is on midbrain activation. As I said, it helped me a lot. What happens after midbrain is, now as I said, I'm homeschooled. I have my classes in the morning, 3 to 4 hours, and that's what I attend. And then after, just before 15 days before the exam, 1 week before the exam, I start studying, and I'm able to complete the entire portion. I am able to give the exam, and I get good grades.
So 15 to 20 days is all the preparation you need?
Yes.
Other than the normal school, whatever, the online school?
Yes.
Correct.
So that's what I need. I don't need to study daily कि भाई रोज पढ़ो, and many times I've seen कि exam से पहले I am studying, not revising. Exam से पहले मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ. लोग रिवाइज करते हैं, मैं पढ़ रहा होता. But then midbrain activation has quite helped me in this to be focused and to study. क्योंकि if you are focused, you can complete one chapter in 2 hours. But if you are distracted, you will take 3 hours to complete that same chapter.
What are the subjects you study now?
Currently, I study, it's IGCSE board, so I study maths, science, English, business studies, and economics. We have 5 subjects. So, midbrain activation is our main this thing, which helps the children, because it has helped me a lot. As I said, intuition part, my studies part. Along with it, one part which happened in 2020 was my mom took an assessment for me. And my mom understood a lot of aspects, because being frank, I was very bad at making decisions. I was very bad at it. And after the report, it was confirmed that my decision making skills are very low. So what my mom did was, whenever we are going somewhere out, Yash, you decide what to, eat. Or if she's going for her shopping, she will ask, Yash, you have this 5 option, choose one. Even if it's not good, or if she thinks that okay, other one would be good, better, she'll still agree with my choice. Okay, let's go ahead with it. And if that choice is not good and it will not benefit us, she'll explain me the pros and cons, and then whatever I decide, she'll go ahead with that only. So parenting is a process which she did with me, and it's still a continuous process. But yeah, that report helped again my mom to understand my personality in and out, my brain, my thinking. So that is one service. And another is again life coaching. We work with the child one-on-one, because we personally feel that every child is unique. I am unique, she is unique, you are unique, and every person is unique. They have different kind of skill sets. So life coaching is where we handhold the child as well as the parent. So I train the child on how different aspects what I learned in all these 7 years and counting, and she work with the parents on their mindset, their belief system, their parenting tips, tricks, techniques, all of that. And it's a long process. 6 months to 12 months is the minimum requirement. And along with it, mobile phone addiction is one aspect which we work on, and I personally feel that's very important. And I would like my mom to speak more about mobile phone addiction, that how our program helps and why is it there in our
Got it.
Yes.
company.
Before that, I have one question.
Okay.
So he mentioned he studies when he wants. He just needs 15
Yes,
days,
yes.
right? That time he's studying, not revising.
Yes.
How do you, because every parent is about study every day, you spend your time studying, go for tuition, do this, do that. One big problem for the student as well as the parent is this, right? How did you come up to this? What gives you that faith that, actually let him do what he wants, 15 days enough?
Yeah. Actually, sometimes he's saying 15 days, sometimes it's just 10 days also. And after the mark sheets coming, he's like, Mama, please watch once how much grade I have got. He will beg.
So you don't look at the grades at all?
Yeah. I just want you to focus on from childhood when he was small. I used to say a word on daily basis. I just want to see you happy. That's all. Just one word I will use to say on daily basis, but your happiness shouldn't be on someone's pain. That's all. My only one condition. I just want you to be happy. So what makes you happy? What kind of activity makes you happy? Because a happy person can be successful in their life. So yeah, I understand that studying is important, grades are important, certifications are important. But as I said, the more you're responsible, the more you get freedom. I know he's responsible. I know he will sit, he will study, and he will get good marks. So I'm not bothered about that. So
जब तक मैं पास हो रहा हूँ कोई तकलीफ नहीं है.
yes.
And about phone addiction, what he was talking about.
So in this journey, as I said, I'm not bothered about how much he's studying. I'm not bothered about how much phone he's using right now. As I said, I have trained him in such a way he will never go beyond his
That faith is there. You don't have to micromanage.
Yes. He don't have a single mobile phone game in his mobile. Not even a single. He never played. Okay. In my home, we don't have television.
No interest at all.
Yeah. We don't have television in our home. When he was small, I used to put some cartoons sometime. He used to see Tarak Mehta. I don't want to see cartoons. He always used to see that one serial, that's all. He never saw some cartoons and all. And later on, I understood that I'm blessed mother that he is not addicted with the cartoons, because cartoon is, damaging the brain. It's literally killing the brain. So I'm so blessed that he never took interest in those cartoons. So mobile phone addiction is very, very important. In this particular program, we bring the parents' attention to such few danger things, like 22 parts how mobile phone addiction is damaging your son's future, your child's future. And we will give 7 techniques to come out of the mobile phone, get rid of mobile phone addiction. So they have to work on themselves and then they have to work on their children. So this is a proper strategy. We provide the strategy how to use those techniques to get rid of mobile phone addiction.
It has to be done as a family then. Because see, online schooling, a lot of thing will happen on the device. Because we are online, right? But then how to manage the device after that or how to regulate it, it's basically a family activity, right? Both parents and children. Awesome.
And in all those activity, what my major focus is, parents should spend some time with their children, especially while they waking up and while they are going on bed. Especially these two time, major time, they have to be very cool, calm, and they have to spend the happy time with the child without mobile phone. And it's going to help them a lot. This is what I did with Yash parenting, and this is what I recommend to all the parents.
And one more thing we do in digital detox, like getting rid of mobile addiction, is we bring attention to such things of parents they never imagine. For example, I would like to disclose this fact over here. I saw a reel on Instagram that was about suicide, right? So before 15 years or 10-15 years, suicide was like
Very rare.
Yeah, it was very rare and it was like suicide मतलब एक बहुत गंदा शब्द जैसे हो जाता. Today it's very common. But what happened was, I was shocked. See, reel डालने वाले डालेंगे. The reel was about, what if I die on just one day before my birthday? The comments, I read the comments. I was shocked. On my birthday is even better. Dying on my birthday is even better. And Instagram is used by a lot of teenagers, right? 60,000 comments. Almost everybody is just telling the same thing. As parents, you don't know what your child is,
Going through.
What's there in their mind. And that's where, as being a teenager myself, as having a circle of teenager friends, whether it's online, whether it's offline, my old school friends, my current school friends, my students, I have that connection with my students as well, so that they don't see me as a trainer, they just see me as a person just like them. So the facts that I know, never by disclosing anyone's identity, I try to bring that facts in front of parents, and then they work on those aspects कि भाई अगर ये हो रहा है, how could you cure that, right? For example, if your child is in depression, how would you cure that? If your child is struggling with something, how would you cure that? So first, getting knowledge is important, and that's what we focus, right? Getting awareness is the first step towards this thing. My mom got awareness when she went in the first free parenting session. When she first went, as she said, she got awareness of what is going on with the child and why this thing is very important. So that's our main focus right now. And along with it, one USP which we have at Tattva Academy is the peer-to-peer connection which I make with the child. As I said, I never, I manage that they don't see me as a trainer or they just see me. I remember just recently, 2024 December, I went for a 3-day workshop in our community. It was 55 students. Second day, so that...
What was the age group of the students?
Just 6 years and 15 years, 6 to 15. We work with 5 to 16 only. So the trainings are from morning 8-9 to evening 8-9, 12 hours. Whenever we do such kind of program, they are full day.
They don't even sit for 1 hour, man. Forget 8 to 10 hours.
That is the beauty of experiential training. My experience, when we did the, that program, 5-day experiential program, we used to go there by 9 p.m., 9 a.m. and we used to return by 7 p.m. Only we get 2 breaks. One is lunch break of 25 minutes on the first day, 17 minutes on the last day. And short break only of 10 minutes, approximately 4:30. Only that much, rest full training. But at the end of the day, the child doesn't want to go home. The child is not tired. telling my own experience from my school time, just 8 hours and I'm tired. I'm tired, you know, I want to go home, I want to sleep. But in that 5-day program, bhai mere ko ghar nahi jana. I want to be here, I want to enjoy. That is the beauty of experiential training. So we conduct experiential, you know, programs. So morning 9 to evening 8, 9, the children are with me. And one special experience was on the second day night, right? Third ko abhi session, third day ka session baki hai. Second night we had a night out. Me as a trainer had a night out with them. And you know, if the
Where was this place?
this was in Mumbai, Virar mein, it's a place, Jain community ka mandir hai, and we have that. So 3 day ka वहाँ पे residential shivir था. So parents were with our Jain monks and different. Children's responsibility was given to us. And in that 3 days, the child, any children didn't even touch mobile phone. Parents were like, हमसे एक नहीं संभलता, 55 को कैसे संभाल रहे? That is experiential training. And one thing, as I coming back to the night out, I as a trainer was a night out, and if the organizers of that shivir will be watching, we, you know, उनको भी नहीं पता था हम night out कर रहे हैं. चुपते छुपाते, you know, just like a kid we did that night out. And on third day, despite having a night out, on third day, everybody attended the session with the same energy. So that's what we try at Tattva Academy, that whenever we have a session, whenever I'm interacting with a child or whenever she's interacting with a child, we try to build that connection. We are not teachers. We are your mentors, your trainers and your friends. So that's what we have at Tattva Academy. That's what differentiates us from different, you know, things
That's your main
available.
USP, right?
Yes.
That's how you make a difference.
Yes.
One thing which I also notice is, you know, your concept of you taking care of the 5 to 16 and she taking care of the parents, because this is a family. That's the smallest team we have when we come into the world, right? And it has to function as a unit, just like you function in any organization. So I think this is very unique, because mother teaching the parents and son teaching the children, it actually works very beautifully. I think that is a major USP you guys have, right? One more question. So, just to know a little bit more about what are the different types of services that you're giving or the solutions you're giving, both from a parent style as well as, I understand that all these are now tailor-made, it's all personalized, is what I understand?
Yes.
Right. Just very quickly, just the different services, just the names we need. Maybe if we need a little more, that we will see. Just the different services and solutions you're giving now.
So midbrain activation, cognitive analysis, digital detox boot camp, public speaking, right? So developing your personality and being confident. Because 7 years ago, me being an introvert, you must have guessed I'm an extrovert, but till now, but I am actually an introvert. But today, even I've represented 5,000 crowd. You know, I've been there. I've stood and I've spoke in front of them. I've been an introvert and a very shy person. So how do you do that? Public speaking and life coaching is one of the things. And in the near future, we are planning one strategic program, one standardized program, which will conduct the holistic development of the child. So in that program, if the child comes, they're going to learn life skills, study skills, and all the values, right? How you give respect, or, you know, you have to be confident on yourself, how self-esteem you have. So all of that in a holistic development. We are coming up with that standardized program in near future.
Fantastic. I think that will be a game changer, right? Again, as far as Career Mentors is concerned, we are into community engagement, and we believe everything starts with the family, right? Ultimately, parents are the one who invests in their children, right? All this amount that they are spending, whether they're spending in schools, in college, certification, all that. Ultimately, it is to build a career path to enable them to be, you know, successful, as we call it, right? But being successful is maybe more of an individual basis that the world looks at now. How are you successful for the communities? Another challenge that we have. If you look at stability, environment, sustainability, you know, we should think not only for ourselves, but how can we give back to the community? That makes us a better citizen, a better person, right? Maybe that would be what we can collaborate on. Uh, so we are all about providing career solutions. We are about becoming independent early, becoming an asset to the community early, right? So as far as how we collaborate and bringing it to community level engagements, right? I think the way forward, how we could sort of build this ecosystem, is propagate this as much as possible to on a direct to family basis, right? I think this is where we can collaborate, right? Any last sort of words you would like, you for your 5 to 16 age group who are looking at you, and you for the parents who are looking at you? What would you sort of talk about?
My message is for parents, not for children. Like one important part I've learned in the 7 years of my journey is financial literacy. Schools, colleges doesn't teach that. You as a parent need to do that, because in 21st century you need to be ahead of everyone. As far as collaboration is there, it's fine, but you need to have that financial literacy, because finances is your backbone right now. You cannot do a lot of things without finance.
Marwadi blood.
Exactly.
Finance is part of your genes.
हमको like we एक रुपए का भी हिसाब में गड़बड़ है तो we cannot. We need proper this thing. And one thing my mom did was she gave the entire finances of our business to me. So I've learned about balance sheet, I've learned about profit loss, I've learned about cash flow, and all of that are currently helping me and are going to help me in the near future. And again, as solo trips, you have to manage our finances all alone. Budgeting is very important. Budgeting in our company, okay, this much will go in marketing, this much will go for sales, this much will go for our investment. Coming to personal finance, again, I am, a fan of Warren Buffett. So he is one of the legends. So investing, spending on your needs, spending on your wants.
Portfolio, managing a portfolio.
Yes, managing a portfolio, investing in stock market, spending on yourself as well, spending on our education, which again is an asset. People think that ye kharcha hai. No, it's an investment. That's what I consider. As far as I remember in this journey before we started Tattva Academy, me and my mom together, we invested about 2 to 5 lakh rupees in learning all of these things, apart from what I invest in my school. This is this much what we have invested, and today we are getting the returns as well. So my message to parents is, teach your child financial literacy. It is definitely going to help them, and when you teach at an early age, it's going to benefit them for their entire life, right? So that's my message. Thank you.
On the same note to you, Madhuri, right? He just spoke about your investment in him as as an individual, not just a child, not just to pamper him, but to enable him to become a citizen, a proper citizen, an asset to the community as well as to the family, right? Today, everybody, give or take, I think a normal investment for a middle class family on one child, taking into account right from nursery to, let's say, college, right? Something around 50 lakhs. Okay? Just average, minimum. Okay. Why 50 lakhs? Just to get, today, what is the job you get after college? 30K a month. I don't think that is, I think, somewhat average normal. 30K a month is what everybody has. Some say that I want to make lakhs and lakhs. If they know how to do it, well and good. But today's world, especially with AI and all coming in, the lower, the lower category is getting destroyed. Everybody, because AI can't do whatever a normal person can do as routine, it's going to be replaced. 5 years down the line, nobody can predict. Employment itself is in a sort of danger. Okay. Now, you have made a very, very good decision of investing in it. So 40 to 50 lakhs is a normal education. Yes. How much did you invest in his training at his age? That's 7 years or whenever he started. 7 to 11. And I think he started making money, let's say Tat would have started making money when he was what? 12 or 13, let's say. Yes. Okay. What would be the amount of investment you did? Or the amount, not only the investment in terms of money, investment in your time. Yes. All the effort that you have done.
So, like my 100% time was for Yash. I have traveled a lot. In the journey of 2 years of traveling, like I went to one city for one meeting, and then I have no idea. Like I didn't book the return tickets. So I thought I will stay there for some time, and I had one cousin's place there. So I stayed there, and I met so many people. I did networking, and I used to take Yash along with me, and I used to speak with them to know. Like I wanted to launch my Tattva Academy, but before that, I wanted to understand the mindset of the people. How whatever I am understanding, how it will going to help them, or how I should start, or so many researches I needed to do that. So along with my research, I it was a great decision for me to take Yash along with me. So learning with the books or learning with the people, that makes a huge impact.
Correct.
So he had the real life experience. Like sometime when I went to another city, that I don't have any relatives. So I had no idea where I will live, or next day where I will go, or where I will have my lunch or dinner. But whenever I went to some place, they from upfront they are asking, did you had anything? Wait, I'm ordering something for you. So I have never struggle with staying and for the food and all those things. And whenever people ask him, like tell about yourself or your journey, if he hesitate, or if he stuck somewhere, very politely they will, oh, it's okay, in such a age you're doing so much. They used to encourage him.
Encourage him.
So that confidence, from that he got that confidence.
Right.
So this is the investment I did in him, is my time, energy and efforts. Apart from that, like if a financial part, it is 2 lakhs to 5 lakh rupees. Like systems, or mobile phone, or traveling, or everything. If I include from 7 years to 11 years, this is what the investment I have.
And then he started making money for himself.
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
One last question, Madhuri. See, family is all about, family is the basic unit that we are born with. You come to this world as part of a family, and that is a basic team, right? And the family breaks or makes the person, right? So the concept of unconditional love, where as a child, your expectations are not transferred to him, you allow him to become his own person. Yes. You allow him to, to whatever his assignment in life which God has given, you only facilitate it. I would like to know more about that, because I think that has got a lot to do with what he is today.
Before that, I will just highlight, on our ancient part. In Gurukul system, hope you know, like before 6 years, they will never send child to a guru.
Correct.
First 5 years is the area where the child is developing their their thoughts and their process and everything there. Not only physically but mentally also they grew in, and they need the safe environment.
True.
They need to feel safe within. Nowadays
No
parents
judgments.
are no judgments. Nowadays parents are saying child has to sleep in a different room, or we should not love them more, or they will criticize, they will shout at them, and they are and at the end what they are saying is, I am doing for his or her betterment. I want to prepare my kid for the outer world, but I'm sorry, this is not going to work.
Correct.
Parents, a parent only, sorry. Parents need to give unconditional love to their children
Got it.
without any judgment. They have to give the space to the child where they can come very easily for anything and everything.
True.
Not only just for the happiness, even for the sadness, even if they commit any mistake.
Yes.
If the parents give the space to the child will come and he or she will say that, yes, I did this mistake.
Yes.
So, if you will not give that unconditional love without the judgment, if you will not give that space, then how the child will feel safe?
True.
If the parents will only, criticize them.
Correct.
So, that is the main concept in the Gurukul also, like first Mata Pita, then Guru. Once they send to the Gurukulam, they will not even turn back like what my child is studying. Now the micromanagement is so much, like मेरा बच्चा कितने घंटे पढ़ रहा है.
Helicopter parenting.
Yeah. So that's not going to work. First 5 years, 6 years, develop your child's brain emotionally, physically, in every aspects, and then send for the studies, and you will see the wonders. You don't have to micromanage that, because parenting is not about controlling your child's future or जो मैं बोलूँ वही होना चाहिए. Parenting is all about, like, bagban, like gardener of the a tree or a plant. Parents are only a gardener. God has already given some basic things. Like अगर गुलाब का फूल है तो वो गुलाब ही रहेगा, वो सनफ्लावर नहीं बनने वाला है. पेरेंट्स बोले कि नहीं सनफ्लावर ही बनना है, नॉट पॉसिबल. लाइक तरबूज है तो our society is like square box and parents are trying to fit that watermelon into that square box. That's not going to happen. So just allow them to flourish how they want to be. Just give them a space, a safe space. Just love them unconditionally and let them do, because God has given brain. Like a newborn baby also know for food I need to cry. They know, they have that sense. God has given brain. Let them use it. This is what my suggestion for the parents.
I think that's a wonderful note. You were supposed to add something.
So one thing which I personally feel is it's about parenting. It's 90% about parenting, but 10% it's all about the family efforts. So one example is as my mom mentioned, in our home we don't have television. So our grandparents also cooperate to it. That okay, it's okay if we don't have television. If I want to watch something, if I want to, my grandfather, if he wants to watch news, he'll just go to YouTube, he'll do that. So for the sake of my betterment, they are, working, compromising, sacrificing, right? So it's always about a family and just not about parents. So that's, one thing which I personally feel.
I think to add to it, I think, what we all agree upon is career planning is not about one person, it's about the whole family as a unit. Yeah. Thank you so much for taking your time today. It's been a real pleasure, and God bless and wish you all the best in your future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.